welcome to FreeTalk Friday. I just wanted to show you this. So this weekend is off the charts with Natalie. I need to get a shirt for this weekend. Goodness for Elsa, or else I will be very confused. Elsa, I love you. Great, thank you.
This is extra small, now she's just gonna check for you.
Okay, great, thank you. What do you think? Yes, of course I'm gonna go try it on. Happy? Are you a happy mannequin? This is the first one. What do you think? Pretty, right? It's the back. You can see the back. No, right? The other one. That one's better, right? So mission accomplished. I got the shirt and I was trying to film in the shop, but it was really hard because I had my phone and my bag and my camera and the shirt, and then it was really impossible to film. But I wanted to show you these. You're like, what is that? This is a belt made out of spring for spring. I couldn't help myself. Look how cool this is. It's like a skinny spring, a flat spring, and it's really boingy. So you can imagine, I thought it would be brilliant for, well, many things, but one that just came to me is, and there's two of them as well, so you can like springy twists. You could imagine it's your levator scapula. Look at that. Lifting your shoulder blades. You can imagine the spring lifting your shoulders up and then lengthening, springing down, so you can really start to feel that like suspension quality. Ow! Stuck in my hair. I got one for Eric too. Eric, present. I know you'll appreciate this. So anyway, it's FreeTalk Friday and I'm going to talk to you and answer some of these questions. Good, we had lots of good conversation this week. That's what I like. So I'm going to start with Rachel. Rachel, who posted on my timeline, and she went skydiving and I wanted to share her picture. I'll move over here so you can put the picture here. She says, words cannot describe what an incredible experience, the most enormous perspective that I'm definitely going to keep reliving all week, month, year. It was amazing to be flying with the birds and to see how they use their thermals to propel themselves higher. They just feel nature and ride it. Beautiful. Yay! And oh my gosh, Rachel, just reading this again right now, I had the most amazing session with Emily this morning. Emily, can I just tell you again, I love you for so many reasons. So Emily did this amazing session on me this morning, and that came up in my session, and it was that feeling of the flow and being carried by the thermal dynamics of the air and how then things can just be effortless. And it was like how birds are designed to fly, the way that their feathers are all laid out, it just allows them to just soar. And it was, I can't remember how it was connecting to me somehow, but there was that. And then the other piece that I feel like connects is she was sort of talking about the way that the air spirals into the lungs, and it was emotional release of fear from that, which also totally ties into your picture. So yay, oh my gosh, cool. Didn't even think of that. Okay. So Emiliki's picture. Emiliki, I love your picture. It is so great, and it's a little bit small. I need to make it bigger. And I would like to do a whole action ship on this, but I just wanted to show you Emiliki's picture. And if you feel the same as this little person here who is saying, relax, and then the other voice is saying, relax how? And saying, this hurts, and friends are coming in 2 weeks. If I just had a free day, then I could better allow it, but I haven't. So she says, Can you shine light on it? How to allow pain that blocks normal functioning if there are things that moment day you have to and want to achieve in that moment and in that day? Oh yes. I'm sure we can all think of a day where we have this pain or this feels like there's this block from us being able to just do our day-to-day lives, and we have all these things that we need to get done. What do? You call Emily. You call Emily and you say, Emily, can I have a session? Honestly, I don't know how I would have moved past a tiny, tiny fraction of my blocks, my challenges, my pains, had it not been for what I practice and do. I would say get a session, keep participating in Holy Shift, keep practicing these videos, gather your toolbox, and it's this balance between how do I support myself and how do I just let it be. And actually another interesting thing connected to my session with Emily this morning is that another thing that came up was this thing in my back to do with things being important, and this feeling of like it's really important. And as soon as she said it, I could feel my back kind of go like this. And I used to feel like that in dance class when I was at dance college, and it was this like, if you don't think it's really important, then you don't care. But it's like this feeling of importance means that you end up kind of giving it so much outside importance that then chances are you can't do that justice, and then you're afraid that you won't do it properly. And so anyway, this thing came up this morning in the session with Emily, and it's connected to my diaphragm, and it just felt totally different afterwards. And then in ballet class today, I felt totally different. It was just like, it was just easy. It was like, oh yeah, this is easy, I can just do this and do a triple pirouette, and yeah, and it's fine. And I didn't really care too much, which is an incredible place to be in. And the challenge is when we do care is when we care. So it's like you're in that place and you care and you want the outcome, and the key is to not care. But then when you don't care, you don't care, and you can have it anyway. And it's kind of a funny life game that we're in. So Emily Key, my heart goes out to you. I so know what you mean, and I would just say keep doing what you're doing and keep trusting, because you are on this journey, you are participating, you are learning you. And I've seen in the short period of time I've known you, you've made such massive changes. It's incredible. And the things that come up that you really feel like I can't get past this one, that's when you know a massive change is right around the corner, and it sucks at the time, but it will happen. So yeah, keep letting go and keep doing what you're doing. Alright, maybe action shift 2 on that. Emily, you just messaged me. That's how everything is connected. So Emily just messaged me and she said, Dancing Laura, what dreams do you want to become a reality? Thanks for asking me that. Okay, what dreams do I want to become a reality? The dream where everyone is able to access this information, this journey, this truth. Just being able to have the tools to enjoy the journey most fully. And I don't believe it's all supposed to be, you know, flying on clouds. There is supposed to be the flow and the ups and the downs, but when we can have the support of information and tools that we know will bring us through whatever the next opportunity for growth is, that is when we're free. And so we're not afraid of something bad happening, because you know that, well, it's all perfectly constructed for me in my life, so let it happen. And when we have access to all these tools where we can experience our body's capacity to heal, the fact that we are connected, our connection to infinite energy, then everything changes. So for humans to be able to experience that and be able to embody this sense of infinity, and to be able to access the infinite energy that we have in the space around us, to be able to feel our connection and all of that, to just really be connected through love. So I am experiencing that, actually. It is happening. I mean, it is. I am so blessed and grateful, and thank you for making my dreams a reality. Emily Key, you are a big part of my dream becoming a reality, and I have a beautiful dream for this weekend being off the charts, incredible, and for next week, and my videos continuing to keep blossoming and happen and just be real and real. And I also have the image of a really big, cool, amazing dance party and a retreat in Bali next year, and lots of things. But yeah, those are the keys. So Emily says she's just realizing how cool it is that I can connect to cool, amazing people. I'm aligning myself more in a way of abundance and telling myself a new reality. So I write down a story about a day. What can be real in some days, months' time? Yay, Emily Key! Real time. This is, you're experiencing the space-time connection right now. Okay, so what else did I go into? There was a comment on the Tuesday's tip for the neck release from Becky, and she said, fantastic Laura, I've been focusing on the fluidity of my neck and shoulders when taking a bath. I experience my whole senses and imagery more effectively this way. I've been utilizing your suggestions as well as the Franklin Method suggestions, and wow, my neck and shoulder tension dissipates more and more quickly and deeply each time I do it. I love you, Laura, and your husband. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug, kiss, hug. That made me so happy, Becky, to read that, and thank you. And I love you too, and I love my husband. Thank you to him for bringing forth this incredible information, and congratulations for like really doing this and experiencing it. And so when I was walking around, I saw this beautiful fountain on, I don't know where it was, where was I, Lexington and 50 something or other street. So I filmed a bit for you because I thought it would add some extra imagery for imagining the water flowing down your neck, over your shoulders, down your back, and really supporting that release of tension in that area. So enjoy that. I'll put the video in here. And yeah. So then this comment I posted 11 hours ago: do you find it's easier to come up with solutions for others rather than yourself? Interesting answers here. Monica said yes, always. It's frustrating that I can't take my own advice. Wendy Watling says not always but often. Kiss to you, Wendy. And Claudia says always. I'm always amazed at how it is easier to see things for others with such clarity. So why is that? Why is it that it's easier for us to see things for other people often than ourselves? Why is it that I get sessions with other people and that I continue to learn, that I continue to get other people's perspective? Because when you're in you're in your perspective. You are seeing from your inside out. So you are creating this reality and you're receiving back the result. But the thing that's creating it is in here. It's like right under your nose. It's like it's in you, and so it's like you can't see your nose. You can't see that part. And so that's why we need other people. That's why we need to get this external mirror perspective to really help us to say, okay, look over here, look over here, look over here, and then that enables us to shift or transform it. And that can be through just day-to-day interactions. Often those can be more painful and challenging, and sometimes we get the lesson and sometimes we miss it. Or if we're able to get, you know, sessions that can actually talk to our body's wisdom, then it's like, oh, thank you for bringing forth that thing that I knew was there but I just couldn't see or access myself. And also just having somebody else correlate and be like, yes, I see that too, is just like, I mean, that's all that we want, right? To be seen and recognized, because it's like that's when the wow becomes real. That's when we're living miracles all the time. Oh, Jamie posted these lovely pictures. Actually, she tagged me of her dancing. She said, awesome, I love the kid flying around on that pole. That was fantastic to capture. That was in the We Dance Day video. I love your freedom of expression, Laura, flowing right through you. Thanks, Jamie. It just now happens more. And it happens since I stopped doing it so much. And then it just happens. And I love your pictures. And I'm excited for us to dance in person at some point in the future. And one more thing from Jamie, because I asked, what is your favourite dream world image? And she said, unconditional love and acceptance for the individual expression of self for everyone. Freedom and appreciation to be exactly who you are, because we need everyone to show up for their mission. You are missed when you don't. And that is so true. And it's like we are all connected to this web of space, and everyone's perspectives are needed to create this whole reality. So you are needed to show up for your mission, you are needed to have your own unique perspective and feel that and share that. Got some more tip requests. Christine asked for neck release. Didn't I do a video on that like last week or 2 weeks ago in Hawaii? Christine, go watch that. And I mean, there's lots more we can do, but go watch that for now. Maybe I'll put a link to it here. Click it unless you're on your iPhone, and then it won't work. And Jamie asked for tips on a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe I'll save those for next week. Claudia asked for a tip on finding a job. Don't have one, because I don't really have a job, so don't really know how to find one. Create your job, be your job, do what you love. And then she said, and studying and really absorbing the information. I would say make sure you're studying the right information so that you want to study it and absorb it and embody it. So are you studying in a way that you're able to actually feel it, or is it just information going in your noggin that isn't gonna do much? So I would say study the right things in the right way. And that, I think, is going to be the end of this video. Just quickly. Are we like at 15 minutes yet? So anyway, so Claudia asked about migraines for her son and told me that he started getting migraines after he had his meningitis vaccine. I'm not sure if they're related. I would say that don't take any more vaccinations unless you have a real legitimate reason that it might be a good idea, like you're going to some foreign country with crazy diseases. And just really consider if it's necessary. Do your research, and maybe I can do an action ship for him. You might need a little resetting, because that can be a little shocking for the system. Question from Eleanor on my blog. I have a question. While stretching out my psoas muscle, which I know is connected to fight or flight, I obviously received trauma, however it did not clear from my body. An hour later I was doubled over in pain and it bounced all over my body. This is the third time I've released stored memories from my body area only to find myself in terrible pain an hour later because it did not clear from my body. I was wondering if you had any suggestions, please. Thank you. Yes, Eleanor, I do. I don't recommend going in and trying to release stored emotions. Because if it isn't the time, if it isn't your body's priority, if your body hasn't prepped for the emotion to leave, then this is often what we get. And this, I find, can be very challenging because people want to release their emotions, but unless you have a way to really clearly dialogue with the body in a systematic way and to give it all of the options. So, you know, when we do Holy Shift, when you do sessions with me, it's very systematic. I don't look for the emotions and then try and release them. They are only going to be addressed when the body says, okay, now it's time. You know, and sometimes, you know, it will be after 6 months of sessions that now, finally, you know, an emotion that was stored somewhere, and the psoas is a very deep muscle, and it is, you know, very connected to fear, and yes, that fight or flight. And if our body isn't ready and it hasn't made all of the preparations in order for it to be safe for that emotion to leave, that is when we can get these results of the body just kind of freaking out because it doesn't know how to process it. The other things that need to happen in order for it to be safe haven't happened, so I would just be aware and don't force anything. Do the best with the resources that you have. We have Holy Shift. I will put you on the list for an action shift so I can tune into you specifically, and just go gently, like really be gentle and easeful with your body and don't force anything. So then a question from Amanda. Hi Laura, thank you for another amazing video. One of my biggest challenges is having energy for exercising. I've had very unbalanced adrenals in the past, and if I push things too hard I seem to get run down. But I love to jog, walk, dance and cycle frequently, and I would like to slim down a little bit of seemingly unnecessary weight around my middle. I've transitioned away from Pilates and I love the Franklin Method psoas book. That's another thing you can do, Eleanor, is get the Franklin Method psoas book so you can image it clearly. It's actually very, 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 very difficult to stretch your psoas. And actually most people, they don't want to stretch it, it actually needs more stability. But anyway, get the Franklin Method psoas book. I've been discovering my psoas and feeling the results in my abdominal muscle and cavity energy. I wonder how I can make friends with my adrenals again so I can be as physically active as I feel my spirit wishes. It must all be connected. Amanda, it's all connected. Why are you focusing on just your adrenals? It's all connected. So support the whole of you. They will all be supported. And again, I can put you on the list for an action ship. If you can get a individual session, I do private sessions. I don't know if you know that. I don't really tell you about that very much, but I do work with a select number of clients, and I can also recommend you to Emily, in fact, who does amazing sessions, because your body does have something to say, and your adrenals might be being like, hey, why are you blaming it on us? Like, who are you to say that it's us that are the problem? Actually, it's the spleen, or it's this memory that you keep stressing over, or it's because you're going the whole day and not eating. There could be so many factors. So be wary of thinking it's just one thing that's causing all your problems, and I'll put you on the list for an action ship. Try get a session, come to the webinar on Monday, do Holy Shift, because then I can tune into you specifically and find out, and keep doing your Franklin Method. That is going to also really support you. I'm practicing my videos and one step at a time. And Amber Lee said, as far as working out, I struggle with getting bored doing the same movements all the time. Yes, well, there's more coming for that. And Shanna also had a really lovely question. I'm going to save that one for next week as well. That's really it now for today. I gotta try and remember who I said I was putting on the list and put you on my list. Yeah. So, announcements off the charts this weekend. Be excited if you're coming. If you're not coming, I'll be making little videos. Won't be the same as being there, obviously, but you will get some little insights from that. Monday, totally forgot to say this yesterday. Monday we have free webinars. Monday the 7th. Monday, after this weekend. Free webinars, 2:30 and 7:30. Make sure you're there. Put it in your calendar. Sign up. Invite all your friends. Tell everybody. Because they're amazing. They're totally amazing and I love them. And you will feel better. Yes, Monday. And then next week, I think I told you, off to Toronto for International Soul Art Day. And then Holy Shift starts next Monday, the 14th. And then Eric comes back at some point soon. And then I can't think beyond there, so I won't. So that's it. So have a good weekend. Maybe see you this weekend. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. And that's it. Mwah!